try to do is create that kind of travel na it should really be inclusive, no? So because tourism is a very inclusive industry when done right, no? So especially in the rural areas. And aside from that, for me, travel really allows people to connect with each other. So parang, di ba marami tayong biases against one another. But if someone travels, if someone tries to understand the culture of one another, nagkakaroon tayo ng peace. So this is our company. So I'll just give you a very short background of paano kami nag-start. So in terms of idea creation, it started mga 2015, 2016 pa. My background is I worked previously in the corporate world, as in like corporate girl with fake eyelashes and high heels, like calling all the time and on my laptop. But I realized, parang I really wanted to do something that really connects me to my happiness, which is really working in the rural areas, really helping people. So I thought I'm gonna work for UN or gonna work for NGOs. But it turned out na meron palang field na tinatawag na social entrepreneurship. So ibig sabihin, you can do business and at the same time, you can do good. So I took a break from my corporate stint. I already have the background of business because I'm a business development manager in my previous job. And then I said, okay, tama nga, social entrep, may business training ako, and parang for me, my heart is really into helping communities. Sige, aral mo na ako. So I studied for a year. It was a scholarship sa Australia, so social entrepreneurship, masters, and I came back 2015, 2016. So, ano pa yun, parang urong sulong kasi nakakatakot mag-start from scratch, di ba? So, ayun. But 2017, I finally decided na I'm gonna really do it na this time. So, mahirap man. It was very hard on our first year because anyone starting, you have to build a company from scratch. Ano ba yung branding ko? Sino ba yung mga customers ko? Sino ba yung mga partners ko? Yes, but thank God, when on our second year, which is 2018, people already started talking about it. So yung mga sumali sa first year namin na tour, bumalik na sila, dinala nila yung friends, and also companies also started to knock on our doors. So, knock on our doors talaga. Hindi na, but kasi we're starting to communicate with them also. So 2019, eto na nga. So we're very happy to be included in the lineup of BPI because as a young company, you need that community. You need that guidance kasi there's a lot of vulnerability in the process. I do make cry. Ano ba? Paano ba ginagawa ng iba? So a lot of questioning. No? Ayan. So just to give you an idea, no? First, kung paano namin ginagawang meaningful yung isang experience. So it's always a combination of 3 ingredients. So of course, you normally have that adventure. So sino ba yung mahilig sa inyo mag-travel? Like 3,000 Sagada all-in, ride sa van. Tapos, na-try nyo na yun? Hindi pa. Or either nagdi-DIY kayo. So, normally, you would just stop in locations, kakain sa place na masarap. But what we try to do is really add the component of immersion, the cultural immersion. So, you just don't go to a place, but ang ginagawa nyo is, halimbawa sa Banawe, so we really go to a farming community, dun tayo natutulog. Tapos, the farmers will teach us about farming, how to farm. So, there's an aspect of immersion. And then, instead of us, kasi nangyayari, minsan, yung mga travelers, may sense of entitlement, dadaan lang, hindi man lang babatiin yung mga locals in the area, no? But here, what we try to do is we make them part of the creation of the experience. So, nagiging teachers din natin sila. So, they teach us about their stories, their cultures, yun. So, it's very important because mostly, especially for the indigenous communities, may feeling of, aminin natin to, medyo nasashy sila, nahihiya sila, nakatutubo sila. But once binibigyan mo sila ng chance na mag-explain kung sino kami, halimbawa mga Bagobo for example, and then ano yung kultura namin, ano yung mga pinaniniwalaan namin. So parang nalalagay din sila sa pedestal and third aspect is the giving back. So we normally connect with community schools because our travelers, they, as much as possible, they like giving back. So in a very simple way, either we give it through workshops with kids or storytelling, depends on the profile of the travelers. And also mga school supplies for the children. Sometimes it's a very ano lang, no, sabihin natin, ay ano ba yan, parang ang liit lang. Pero we don't want to, I mean, we can always start, no, through our travels na meron tayong binibigay. And it's just a starting point because a lot of our travelers would come back. And then, for example, they would, marami akong stories doon na babalik sila, tapos they would help build the library, or they would help the school have the mga sports equipments for the children. So, we're just more of really bridging and connecting at the beginning. Ayun, so what I'm inviting you guys, if you want to be part of it, join one of our tours, be our guest, so you can experience it yourself. So yung mga, we have immersion tours in Banawe, Batan, Bukidnon, Lake Cebu, so mostly with the Philippine tribes. And then we've also started creating the day tours in Metro Manila because for those people na wala masyadong time to explore, makakapag-adventure pa rin sila. So very meaningful for me also would be the Quiapo Muslim Town Immersion Tour. So most likely kayo, would you like to go to a Muslim community? Hindi, di ba? So very scary. And you have all those visions, oh my God, may mga terrorists, so this is where travel really comes in as how do you call it? As a very important tool, no, to bridge, to break all those misconceptions. Because pag pumunta ka na sa place, totoo ba yung mga nasa utak mo na ganito sila, ganito sila? Probably may katotohanan yon, but halimbawa, let's just say what we see in the media is just 1% of the population, but this doesn't really speak about the 90 to 95% of those people who are doing good, who are very, iba na when you talk about Islam, it's really about peace. So here, we want people to see that and go beyond. So, we've also developed Poblacion Makati Discovery Tour because Tagaroon ako. And then I realized urban places also has their own culture. And I realized Poblacion also has budding artistic side, no, na may mga entrepreneurs who are also very passionate about Filipino ingredients because they have bars, diba? And also helping other artists in the area. So currently, these are the experiences. So one day, if you want to come and visit, be our guest. If you want to write about something new, like Poblacion, Makati, yung mga artists doon, or about Quiapo, immersion, the food, the culture. So I can invite you. If you have longer time, you can join our immersion tours. Yan. So, ayan, for example, I just want to show this. Halimbawa sa Quiapo, kasi parati tayo nasa, diba, nasa Catholic side. So, papasok ka sa mosque, may experience mo. Paano nga ba maging Muslim? By just for a day, may experience mo, ang init-init pala, pero ginagawa nila yon not out of compliance, but because they believe that it's part of their faith, no? And then, of course, we also serve the very delicious Pagana Maranao food. Yan. So, ito na yung numbers namin. Hindi ko na siguro i-discuss. But ito yung mga amount of kits that was already distributed. We've hosted around 1,000 travelers since we started in 2017. Our tours are really specialized. Hindi siya yung basta-basta lang. Pinag-iisipan. And two things yung for us. So we want to replicate the existing products, let's say the Quiapo Muslim Town, to more sites. No, so bring in more sites for the products. Then number two, this time we really want to look at the global market because currently we're catering to the Filipinos in the Philippines. So, but we want to invite the foreigners from abroad, especially because we're looking at educational institutions who would like to study social enterprises, and then like to arrange that experience and have that experience in yung immersive ba, so they would work with the social enterprises, they would learn while traveling. So That's the point. So, multiply the tours in the Philippines, at the same time, look at the global market.